Honesty and integrity are in critical short supply these days. To Warren Buffett, arguably the world's most successful investor, integrity is non-negotiable to establish in high-trust teams. In a 1998 speech at the University of Florida, Buffett laid it out plain and simple. Hello and welcome back to Wealthy Mind. Before we dive in, make sure to click the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notifications. This 1-second action will really help us grow so we can bring more videos for your pleasure. Alright, let's get started.
I tell students that what we're looking for when we hire somebody beyond this passion, we're looking for intelligence, we're looking for energy, and we're looking for integrity. And we tell them if they don't have the last, the first two will kill you, because if you hire somebody without integrity, you really want them to be dumb and lazy, don't you? I mean, the last thing in the world you want is to be smart and energetic.
Buffett believes that integrity is the most important quality to look for when hiring an employee. He states that when someone has integrity, he can be confident that they have good judgment, that they are dependable and trustworthy. Employees with integrity quickly become role models and naturally grow into leadership positions. So why integrity is so important in hiring decisions? First of all, integrity is what makes it hard to question a person's decisions. His or her actions are open for everyone to see, and you can rest assured that he or she will use good judgment. In tight collaborative spaces, colleagues of such hires will quickly see them as dependable and accountable for their actions, which is a laser path for developing team trust. Hiring people with integrity also addresses the leadership void. A person who walks the walk of integrity eventually becomes a role model who commands respect and exercises great influence. These are the types of leaders people desire and whom you want to promote to management roles.
We look for three things when we hire people. We look for intelligence, we look for initiative or energy, and we look for integrity. And if they don't have the latter, the first two will kill you. Because if you're going to get somebody without integrity, you want them lazy and dumb. I mean, you don't want them smart and energetic. So it's that third quality, but everything about that quality is your choice. You can't change the way you are wired much, but you can change a lot of what you do with that wiring. When you write down the qualities of that person that you'd like to buy 10% of, look at that list and ask yourself, is there anything on that list I couldn't do? The answer is there won't be. And when you look at the person you sell short and you look at those qualities that you don't like, if you see any of those in yourself, egotism, whatever it may be, selfishness, you can get rid of that. I mean, that is not ordained. And if you follow that, and Ben Franklin did this, and my old boss Ben Graham did this at early ages in their young teens. Ben Graham looked around and he said, who do I admire? And he wanted to be admired himself, and he said, why do I admire these other people? And he said, if I admire them for these reasons, maybe other people will admire me if I behave in a similar manner. And he decided what kind of a person he wanted to be. And if you follow that, at the end, you'll be the person you want to buy 10% of. I mean, that's the goal in the end. And it's something that's achievable by everybody.
The largest mistake a company makes is not having a concern if the person they employ actually enjoys what they do. Warren Buffett's vetting process is all about being a fanatic about what you do and how you run your business.
The first thing is we don't usually place them. I mean, they come with them. We don't have anybody to place. So I have the problem occasionally if somebody dies or to replace a CEO. But most of our CEOs came with the deal. Clayton Homes, which we're buying, comes with Kevin Clayton running it. We will put no one in there. He will run the place just as before. But in terms of the personal quality, when a seller comes to me with a business, whether it's Clayton or any of the others, Ike Friedman at Borsheim's, Mrs. B at Nebraska Furniture Mart, when they come to me, the first question I have to ask myself, because I'm counting on them to run the place, I have to decide, do they love the money or do they love the business? Now, there's nothing wrong with liking the money. I mean, they all like money, but they've got to love the business. They've got to have a passion for it. Because if I give them a whole bunch of money and they love the money and they don't love the business, no matter what they tell me, 6 months from now they'll be gone. You know, I mean, they'll just all of a sudden say, "Why am I getting up at 7 in the morning just so I can send a lot of money to Omaha?" You know, I mean, it won't work. So they have to love the business. I mean, I want people with a passion for the business. I used to say that I had a one-line employment form, one-question employment form. The question was, "Are you a fanatic?" You know, if you answered yes, you got the job. Because I want somebody who's fanatic about their business. You know, I mean, you want people that love teaching. If you're in a classroom, you know, if they don't have the passion for it, it doesn't work very well. So now if they've got the passion, and our managers do, but not everybody would. The financial operators don't. We've never bought a business from an LBO operator or a financial operator. But they don't give a damn. I mean, all they want to do is make sure your check clears, and they're gone. And it isn't going to work if we try to buy from them. So we buy from these people who love their businesses. And then really my job is just to make sure that I don't mess it up and create conditions that cause them to quit loving it for some reason, because they come in loving it. Only I can mess it up. And they care about being treated fairly on compensation, but they don't measure it against everybody else. They don't have a lawyer they're negotiating with. I mean, I don't have a compensation arrangement with any of these managers that can't be put in one paragraph. You know, and then I go to other companies where they have a lawyer come in and there's 80 pages, you know, and it tells what's happened, how much they get paid at severance, if they end up going to jail. You know, I won't deal with somebody that thinks that way. And, you know, that's fine. There's a self-selection process in terms of who comes to us. There's this invisible filter out there that causes the Claytons of the world, the Al Yoshis of the world, the Ike Friedmans of the world, the Mrs. B's of the world to come to us.
We buy businesses with good managers. So if you give me 100 MBAs, and I have these classes come out all the time to Omaha. I've had about 30 schools this year, and usually there's 75 or 100 men and women in the classes. I know Mark could take those 100 and spend a few hours and rank them from number 1 to 100 in terms of their future achievements as managers. You know, that I could pick them, you know, it would be impossible for me. But what we do is we buy businesses with great managers in place. We've seen those people perform for, in many cases, decades. We've seen their record, and they come with the business. Now, our job is not so much to select great managers, because we do have this proven record that they come with. Our job is to retain them. And many of the managers, the majority of the managers that work at Berkshire, are independently wealthy. We hand them checks, sometimes in the billions, often in the hundreds of millions. So they do not have a monetary reason to work in many cases. So our job, we are dependent on them, incidentally. I mean, we have 19 or so people at headquarters, and we have 250,000 working for Berkshire around the world. And we can't run their businesses. And our job is to make sure that they have the same enthusiasm, excitement, passion for their job after the stock certificate changes hands than they had before. Now that requires some judgment on our part as to whether these people love the business or love the money. Now, they all like money, but many of them, well, our managers in particular, they love their businesses. I mean, they've worked at them. They're a work of art to them, and they've been in the family sometimes as many as 4 generations. So we have to see the passion in their eyes, and if we see that, then we have to behave in a way that passion remains. Can't be done by contract. We don't have contracts. That doesn't work. But we can try to create an environment, and Berkshire, frankly, is the ideal environment. It's even an ideal environment because of events like this. Our managers feel appreciated, and they are appreciated. They're not just appreciated by me and Shirley, they're appreciated by you. And we want to give you a chance to applaud them. So I can't be of enormous help if you're looking at a group of MBAs. You know, it's not easy. I mean, they sort of learn by that point in life how to fool you in terms of what answers you want to hear and all of that sort of thing. I would look for the person with passion for the job. I mean, the person that always doing more than they're sure. You look for people that are good communicators and all of that sort of thing. But I like my way better. It's a lot easier just to take somebody that's been batting 400 in baseball and say, I think I'll stick him in the lineup. And the nice thing about our game is that, in baseball, unless you're Nolan Ryan or somebody, you have to hang up things at 40 or thereabouts. But in our game, they go on and on and on. I mean, I use as an example, we had a famous Mrs. B from the Furniture Mart, and she worked for us till she was 103, and then she left and she died the next year. And that is a lesson to our managers.
So while looking for intelligence and energy in a candidate is obvious, it's the third ingredient, which is integrity, that really sets Buffett's approach to hiring apart. By finding and hiring people with all three qualities, Buffett has been able to hire people that have helped him lead his business to success and maintain its reputation. That's it for this video. Be sure to give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to always catch our videos. We'll see you in the next one.